All right, welcome in Libra, Sun, Rising, and North Node. This is a destiny point reading, so it's a 3 month forecast. Libra, you are part of the nodal switch this summer. You are partnered up with Aries, forever and ever, amen. You and Aries are partner signs, and as the North Node shifts into Aries, that means Libra will also be activated as the South Node. So if you have Libra as North Node, what that means is what happened 10 years ago. Go back and look 10 years ago or so, 8 to 10 years ago, and see what was going on, because that's when the North Node was in your sign of Libra. And that's going to give you some insight into how your destiny point has been activated. And that was 8 to 10 years ago. So now what's happening is there's some like integration going on of that. So go back and take a look. If you don't know where your North Node is, or if you don't know what I'm talking about with North Node and the Destiny Point, there is a class or a mentorship that I'm currently leading. Link is below. It's about mastering your birth chart. So you'll be able to understand what your karmic mission and path is by understanding North Node. And this reading is really about that. Sun and Rising also, because they have to do with our expression and they're connected to past lives. So let's see where we go. Thank you for all your kind notes about my brother who is ill right now and quite serious. And I really appreciate your love and support at this time. So thank you. Thank you very much. And I don't know, I just want to say thank you. All right. So let's see where we go here for Libra, Sun, Rising, and North Node. All right. Begin now. Of course. Begin now. Choosing your path. All is possible. That's beautiful energy. And in the flow, everything is smooth sailing. Wow. So far, the air signs have been very consistent that you're planting the seeds of miracles yet to materialize. And so if you are going through a bit of a rough patch, or you have been having a rough patch, and you're making some new decisions and you're choosing some new directions, then you are correct. All right. That is it. That is the thing that's being asked of you right now, is to not double down on something that wasn't working, but instead maybe make some new choices. All right. So let's see what the reading holds. Okay. One more. What the reading holds. If you do want to learn tarot from me, or you do want to learn about your birth chart or anything like that, all those links are always in the description box. So that's where you'll find them. All right. 9 of Pentacles underneath. Wow. Tower rooted down by the 10 of Pentacles. Very interesting. Oh, thank goodness. The Star and the Justice card. So we're dealing with Aquarius, and there you are, Libra. Hi, Maze. The Judgment card rooted down by the Queen of Wands. That was played a big role in the Gemini readings. And the Page of Swords rooted down by the 5 of Wands. So the outcome here is the Strength card. That's massive energy. Okay, I want to say this, that some of you might have been in the past a little sure of yourself or something like that, and then something happened, all right? Or something is happening right now that is kind of taking you off guard. Something is being taken off the table. Okay, something is being taken off the table, or something that has just come full circle, has just come to an end. Something has closed off. You've completed some kind of lesson. And I will clarify the Tower here. The good news is that what happens next is healing. So this is the actual card in the Major Arcana that appears after the Tower. So the Tower exists to clear away the rubble of anything that has completed, but you might still be hanging on to, that really does need to move on from that. And I feel like that's definitely in alignment with Begin Now and choosing your path. So there's some new things happening. There's some new ways of being, new ways of experiencing life, new ways of being in the world. Some of you could have finished a contract or finished a project. Some of you could have finished a way of doing your work. I don't really think that you're going to not do the work. I feel like it's the same career, or it's the same kind of experience you're putting out into the world, but maybe just differently, maybe just doing it differently. For some of you, the Tower is a personal thing related to your family. There can be something going on that you're stable, you're steady, you're doing things, but then something shows up and it's like, oh my God, because we have this Tower, the Star, and Judgment. One of the things that I noticed about the Gemini reading, I don't know why I'm keep harkening back to the Gemini reading, but there's some kind of healing, right? There's some kind of healing, there's some kind of miracle showing up, and the miracles showed up in Gemini reading. And I'm kind of feeling like this is the Tower connected to the Star is like some kind of miracle, that something happens that makes that it's like wiping the slate clean or moving something on, and you might have been like, oh God, I don't want that to go, or that's really devastating that that's ending. But what comes in is so much more powerful. It's like you're empowered by the Tower in a way that you didn't expect. It does remind me, I know this is an old series, but it's a classic. The show MASH back in the 80s. I know, dating myself, aren't I? But y'all know. But Hawkeye was blinded suddenly, and he thought his career as a surgeon was going to be over, and that's who he is, right? His career, his surgeon. He is a surgeon first and foremost. That is his brand, and that thing happened, and it opened up his other senses, and his other senses became much stronger, like his hearing and even his heart and his compassion, other parts of him. He's very compassionate with patients, with physical things, with things that happen to people physically, but not as compassionate about with people emotionally, right? He's a little bit rougher on the edges with that one. But something happens, he becomes blinded by literally like a blast. And I'm not saying that that's going to happen to you, but I'm just saying like something is going to happen that is going to take away something, but it's going to give you back such a bigger gift. It's much bigger. Like at the end of that show, he was like, but when he's waiting to see if he could see again from the doctors, he was like, there's got to be some kind of advantage in this. Like he knew, he felt he was part of nature. He was part of the rain. He was part of the experience that he was hearing, or that he was physically in. And he was like, there's got to be some kind of advantage in this. And I just feel like something that happens kind of knocks you from your, I know how the world works kind of place. And it ends abruptly. And then something really beautiful comes in that's balanced and healing. There are more choices that come in, thankfully. There are more things that show up. Maybe some of you also could be opening up to a gift. All right, to a clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, right? Opening up your senses, opening up your channels to spirit, because this shows up. And it's really very loud, okay? I feel like you get this energy, and it really does. It is a gift. It's balanced. It's amazing. You feel empowered by it with the strength card here. And I feel like a lot of messages are surging through you all of a sudden. Like it's something that you don't know how to control, or you don't know how to manage in any way. And so let me clarify, like a lot of messages, a lot of spirits vying for your attention. Okay, clarify the Tower, please. 4 of Pentacles, the Lover's card, 10 of Wands, and the Knight of Cups. All right, so we're seeing that Chariot and the Magician. So all right, lots of Gemini energy coming here. So Gemini is communication, and you may have been doing things one way, but your senses, your spiritual gifts bring you to a place where things are easier. It's just easier. You're more open. You can make choices because now you're connected to spirit in a way that you have closed off or weren't really paying attention to, because very focused on the earth kind of 3D plane here, and all of a sudden spiritually you're wide awake. And that is a gift. It's a gift from spirit that's going to move you forward really quickly, much more quickly than you could have before that opened. All right. So maybe you become a mystic or a shaman, or maybe you suddenly are gifted with, your third eye opens, or a Kundalini awakening, or something like that happens. And it just takes away all the burden, right? We got some 10s here. So there's closing out. It takes away some kind of burden. Maybe you've been overworking or grinding away at something. And this opening up of that sense makes everything so much easier. I do feel like you have a lot of people clamoring for your attention. All right, clamoring for your attention. 9 of Swords, 2 of Wands, the 2 of Cups, and the 6 of Swords. So I'm going to say to you, I feel like you might have a Leo or an Aquarius or a Libra. There's Gemini energy, a lot of Gemini energy, and Cancer energy here. So some of you could have something happen within your family, that there is some kind of, maybe there's an argument, or maybe there's kind of a clearing away of an argument, or a clearing away of bad blood, or something that has come between you and people. And it's like, wow, I really didn't see how much that was blocking where I'm going with my own sixth sense. The sixth sense is opening up. The 2 of Wands and the 2 of Cups, like you've made a decision. Some of you have a person coming in that is a love partner that's very sudden. All right. This is a very sudden connection with a person, and it opens up your telepathy. All right. This can be a twin flame. It opens up your telepathy. Leo showed up. So I'm getting a lot of Gemini here. I want you to, if you have a moment, go look at the Gemini reading, because there is something similar. There is something similar here to this reading, to Gemini. And this is the person that sort of moves you forward. This is the experience that moves you forward. If you have been feeling stuck, especially if you've been feeling stuck, this opening of the sixth sense unstucks you. Unsticks you. All right. So Page of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, the heart is healed, 6 of Wands. Yes. Yeah. Okay. This is not only a blessing in disguise, but it is a massively important opening of your clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, cognizance. It's an opening of this, and it brings you down a new path. Some of you may be living a very traditional life, and this kind of jogs you into the path of spirituality more than this is your mission, to be a shaman, to be someone who is a wise sage, someone like Gandalf or somebody like that, who doesn't, there's a possibility of Gandalf doing magic, like if you watch Lord of the Rings, of doing magic, and he can do magic, but it's more about him shining the light for other people, right? He shined the light for Bilbo and Frodo, and they both became enlightened because of this. I feel like this is enlightenment. Enlightenment can come in because of some kind of stressor or some kind of difficult situation, and open up your sixth sense. Wow, Libra, my goodness. There's possibility of this turning you into a real powerhouse. Okay. And then things are just much easier. If you have been in a situation where you've been doing things very traditionally, I feel like the Pluto, because this is Pluto energy it's the higher octave of Mars. So it's like sudden, it's pow, right? It's like that kind of experience. And with the Judgment card, that's what's making me feel like you're suddenly healed of a blind spot where it comes to your spiritual, your ability to hear messages or get messages or understand what the guides are telling you. You could even have a very strong teacher that shows up because you have been sort of opened up. All right. This is a very, very powerful moment in time in your life. So I will continue on with this message. I'm going to see where this takes you and give you a sense of your own path here. All right, let's see where we go. So if you want to continue on with me, Libra, North Node, Sun, and Rising, there's a link below, and I'll see you over there. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.